welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time since I've talked to you guys. I think the last time that I talked to you guys was probably at my 38-week update. I'm not even sure. I have not been on YouTube in a while. I've been a little busy, but today I am finally getting around to filming my birth story. I haven't wanted to do my hair or makeup for the last 2 weeks, but today I decided I will just do it. The kids are entertained. Tyler's home still, so figured it was a good time to just get it done while I have the help of Tyler watching the other kids. I do have Brie right here with me though. She doesn't like to be far away. Brixlee is eating right now, so I'll introduce her to you guys in a little bit, but I can't wait to share this with you guys. I've been wanting to share it. It's just, you know, if you've had kids, you know that it's hard the first 2 weeks getting into a routine and being exhausted, and just finding time for yourself is very hard, clearly, because I don't have it. I have both my kids right here. A lot of you have been asking to see this video, and even my grandparents have been calling me asking me, where is that video? And here it is, Grandma, Grandpa. I'm not gonna let you down. Let's start with the date. April 29th was the day that I had Brixlee. I had her at 10:43 at night, so she made me wait all day for her, but that's okay. She was a very nice surprise that day. I honestly didn't think I was gonna have her on that day, but it worked out that I did. I was 39 weeks and 1 day. I had my 39-week appointment that morning with my OBGYN, and we were going to do the membrane sweep. So if you guys don't know what a membrane sweep is, it's just when the doctor puts her hands up there and she separates the baby's sac from my cervix. So it basically can induce labor, but it doesn't always work. So I was hoping it would work, but I knew that if it didn't, then we could at least try again. So when I went there, I had it done. It was pretty painful, but I just stuck through it because I knew that it could potentially give me a baby that day. So after it was done, the doctor had said it was very successful. I was at 3 centimeters, and after the sweep I was at 4. So usually 4 centimeters is active labor. So we were just hoping that labor would be starting in a couple hours or maybe even the next day. The doctor had told me to go home and start walking and just do all kinds of physical activity to try to get her to get even lower than she was. So when I got home, we ended up going for a walk, and we brought the kids with us, of course. We walked to Tyler's mom's house, which is a half a mile one way and a half a mile back to our house. So we ended up walking a mile, and while we were at his mom's house, I started getting pretty intense contractions, and they were getting closer together. So I knew that we had another walk to walk home, you know, like that half mile. So we ended up just leaving, and on our way back to our house, I was in so much pain. I felt like we were stopping every 5 minutes just because like I had to breathe and focus through those contractions. And when we got home, I had called my mom because I was like, I think that labor is happening. So you need to get your stuff together and get down here and watch the kids. So while I was waiting for my mom, I was just doing some dishes and just trying to clean up the house a little bit, get the kids prepared, say my last goodbyes to Brie as my only child, and just kind of explain to her that, you know, what was happening. I ended up actually calling my midwife too, just to let them know what was going on and that I was coming down, because I was pretty sure I was in active labor. But they had never called me back, so I just assumed that we would go because I didn't want to risk having a baby on my kitchen floor, because I know that when I'm in labor, it happens very fast. With Brielle, it happened like within 4 hours, so I didn't want to test the waters of giving birth at home. So if my mom came down and I said goodbye to the kids, and we had left, and I was having contractions the whole way to the hospital, and we were so glad that I was having contractions while sitting down, because we were worried that maybe my contractions were only happening so much because we were walking, but they were continuing even while I was sitting. So we knew that we were definitely in active labor. When we got to the hospital, our hospital rules are that the spouse is not allowed in the hospital or with you until you are admitted. So when we got there, I just assumed that I would be admitted because I was in active labor, and I was clearly showing signs that I was. And even like when they were taking my temperature at the hospital, I was like in so much pain. Like I was having contractions on top of contractions while getting checked into the hospital. So I assumed that they would just let Tyler be with me because like I couldn't even stand up on my own, but they didn't. They made him go back out, and I started crying because I was just emotional and I wanted him with me, and I was in so much pain. But when I got up to the like triage room where they like check your contractions and make sure that you're actually in labor, I had FaceTimed him so that I could just talk to him and hear his voice. And as soon as my doctor came in, she had checked me and she saw that my contractions were basically like 3 minutes apart. So she told Tyler while we were on FaceTime to come inside and that we were admitted and we were gonna have a baby. So that was really exciting. They started my IV right then and there because I knew that I wanted the epidural as soon as I could. With Brielle, I waited a little bit because I wanted to see how far I could get, but this time I don't want to know that pain again, so I just got the epidural as soon as I could. But after we got admitted, we went into the room that we were going to give birth in, and that's where I saw Tyler again. And what else happened? So after we got in that room, we just kind of waited for my IV to, or the fluids in the IV to empty and go into my body before I could have the epidural. But that only took like maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes. But after that, the anesthesiologist had come up and they gave me my epidural. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like amazing or anything, but it definitely wasn't as painful as it was the first time I had it with Brie. I had it it was just so bad, and I think it was worse with her because I waited longer. And I was 7 centimeters when I had it, so sitting through those contractions were really rough. And with Brixlee, I was only at a 4-5 centimeters, so the contractions weren't as bad with Brixlee. But after I got the epidural, I felt really good. I actually did have a scare though. I think it was more scary for Tyler. So when you get an epidural, sometimes your blood sugar can drop, or your blood pressure. I'm not sure what one it is. But it ended up dropping. I think it was my blood pressure. It dropped and I started getting really white and lethargic, and I thought that I was gonna pass out, but I didn't know, you know, so I just assumed you just felt tired from the epidural because, I don't know, it's medicine and it's supposed to take your pain away, so I just figured it was normal. They pumped some fluid into me and I felt much better after, and Tyler's face was just like he thought I was gonna die. He had told me after, he's like, your face was white, your lips were friggin' purple, it looked like you were dying. He was like, I was so scared I was about to yell at those nurses. So I think that kind of scarred him. I feel like we all have that one thing in labor that we'll always remember, and I think he'll always remember that. But a couple hours after I had my epidural, we just kind of hung out. I think it was like 5:30 and Tyler had ordered some supper. We were playing cards, everything was great. I FaceTimed the kids, let them know that we were gonna have a baby and all was good. So my nurse ended up coming in maybe around like 6 o'clock, and she gave me a peanut to sit on because I was not progressing as fast as they wanted me to. They said that sometimes your body can relax after the epidural. So to get things going, I sat on this peanut, and it's like this big ball, and it looks like a peanut. It's just a really big peanut ball. And it's supposed to like descend your hips or get the baby to go down into your, you know, birth canal or whatever. So about an hour after sitting on that, things were still kind of slow. So my midwife ended up coming in and breaking my water. So with that, it was just very warm. It just felt like warm water was dumped all over me, and it kept gushing out the more that I would move around. But after that, things started to pick up. So I went from like a 4-5 centimeter to 7 and then 8. And then at 9, I remember sitting in this position that they put me in. And it put so much pressure on me down there. It was honestly like undescribable. It was so painful. But I don't know how to explain it. It was just a lot of pressure. And my midwife had said if you feel the urge to push, or like you feel like you do when you have to poop, to let her know. So I ended up maybe 10 minutes later having her come in because I'm like, I feel like I have to poop. I feel like I have to push, like something. There's so much pressure. I need to like try to get rid of it. So she gowned up and the nurses came in, and that is when we started pushing. So I think it was like maybe 10:20 when we started pushing, and within just a couple of minutes I was pushing out my baby Brixlee. But the pressure pushing her out was so bad. I'm kind of glad that we didn't end up filming that part because it was honestly embarrassing for me. I was doing a lot of moaning and screaming and I can't do this and it hurts, and it was very painful. But as soon as she came out, it was the best feeling in the world, is just seeing her. And she cried instantly, and she cried for like a good 5 minutes. I mean, this baby showed me she had some lungs. It was amazing. We ended up doing the extended cord clamping, so we didn't cut the cord as soon as she was born. We kept it on there for like 10 minutes just to ensure that she got all of the blood out of the cord. It was just magical. It was great. You know, giving birth in a pandemic wasn't what I thought was gonna happen, and I thought, you know, things were gonna be different, but I'm honestly glad that we weren't allowed to have visitors and it was just me and Tyler, because it was so nice being able to just enjoy those precious moments of birth alone with him. I mean, we've waited so long to have Brixlee, and just to be there and like have it us, it was so nice. So I definitely don't regret having a baby in a pandemic. You know, I'm glad that none of us were sick, and I'm not saying that I'm glad that I gave birth in a pandemic, but I'm just saying I am glad of the circumstances. It didn't hurt me in any way. But yeah, it was just so surreal, like holding her and looking at her, and I can't tell you, I really can't describe the feeling of looking at her, knowing how hard we worked for her, and just knowing that she's our rainbow baby, and she really does complete our family. I don't really feel that need to have another baby. I feel so happy and so complete to just have her here with us. Like, she completes us in every way. So overall, my birth was really easy and quick, and I don't have any complaints. The nurses, the hospital was great. I mean, everything was just great. I don't have any complaints. We stayed at the hospital for 24 hours. So 24 hours for us was midnight. So the next day at midnight we left, and we got home around like 1 o'clock in the morning. The kids were sleeping, and we just waited to show the girls the next morning. We didn't wake them up or anything because we were exhausted, and I didn't sleep at all that night, which I will get more into in my next video, because I'm gonna film a postpartum video for you guys, just kind of letting you know how we're all feeling and adjusting and how Brixlee's doing. But I just want to keep this more of her birth story, so I'll get into that in another video. But before you guys go, I do have some footage I'm going to throw in at the end of this video. I wasn't able to film her birth per se because my camera died literally the minute we were going to capture her coming out, and we just didn't have time to go and find a new battery because she was coming and I was in a lot of pain. But we did film up until that point, so I will add that in the end of this video. Without further ado, I'm gonna have you meet Brixlee because she just unlatched herself, so she is ready to say hi. You guys can see how adorable she is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here is Brixlee Sky. Isn't she so precious? There's Brie. That's the big sis. The other big sister's outside with her daddy. But there's Brixlee. Isn't she so sweet? Aww. I want to remember this moment forever when I look back on these videos. See how little she is. See how little? She fits right in my arms. She really is perfect. Like I said, she was born at 10:43 at night. She was 7 pounds and 9 ounces. She was a little bit bigger than Brielle. Brielle was 7'6", so I definitely don't have tiny babies. And they said her head is literally like the perfect circle. That's the first thing they said. Well, it was actually the first two things they said. The first thing they said was that her head is the perfect round shape, not coned at all. And then the second thing is they noticed her double chin. So she definitely has a double chin when she wants. And the hair also, they mentioned her hair. How much hair this baby has. Look at how much hair she has. She has so much hair. Don't you, honey? Yes, you do. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, Brixlee Sky. Oh, and she was 20.5 inches long. So she was kind of a shorty. I don't know. Brielle was 21, so who knows? But I think you're so perfect, right? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the footage that I'm about to post right behind this clip. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. You guys, it's the day.
Yeah, Nikki had a feeling that soon she got her membrane swept that he was coming, and ever since she's been in, you know, when she first got home she was a little sore, but and then now it's becoming contractions. It was like every like 6 to 8 minutes, and then it was every like 5 to 6, and now we're under 5. So
yeah, and they're about like 40 seconds every contraction.
So
and they're in my back. It feels just like when I had Brielle.
You should see her walk. She looks like a old granny.
It's when I have a contraction and it really hurts. I'm good right now, but we'll be having one in about any minute. Yeah,
so yeah, we will definitely keep you posted. I gotta let the family know we're heading in, and I'm pretty excited. I'm nervous, doing it all over again, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, I know I'm a pro dad, but
we're gonna have an April baby.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So I'm at the gas station. Just kind of want to fill you guys in. So we get there. Right when we get there, Nikki has a pretty good contraction, and so we get in and we walk in and we get to there's this desk, and they won't let anybody by until they check your temperature. And so obviously we both passed, but they wouldn't let me in any farther until Nikki is actually technically admitted. So she left me on E on gas, so I was like, perfect, this would be a perfect time. I'll get gas so we don't have to stop on the way home with Brixlee, get her home. So I figured right now I'm kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, but yeah, I mean, it was definitely kind of a shitty thing when you get pulled away from your wife when she's going through pain like this. And I want her to be okay, and I want to be with her, but I understand protocols and all that, I get it, but it sucks when it has to happen to you. So I will keep you guys posted. Oh, and not to mention, she did FaceTime me once she got up to up in the building on the in the bed or whatever, but she's doing okay. She just had a contraction, so we'll see. I'll just pray that this I can get up there as soon as possible. Just got back to the doctors, as you see. I had the AC cranked. It's like 115 here right now, I guess. I don't know, it's pretty damn hot. I'm used to this heat, so. Well, I'm gonna call my wife right now.
Hey Tyler.
Hey there.
Sorry you're in the parking lot. We're working on it. I was just about to check her.
Okay, alright. Do you want me to call back?
We're not gonna
So you can see this place.
Stop recording us, dear. Probably.
Look at that.
This is a first, for sure.
There we go.
Yeah, we can use your face. That's much better. Okay, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh boy.
For more than 4. Good job, good job. Slow deep breaths. And let your shoulders rest right down on your head.
Well, she's getting checked. And trying to listen.
Well, it's not a first baby. Okay, so you want to start at 5. Okay, no one else here. You can come in.
Really? Oh, just got the okay to come in, so it's the real deal. Alright.
Here we go.
Alright, I'll grab my stuff. I'll be right in, okay?
Grab everything. Don't
Yes,
forget.
bring everything. Yes.
Don't bring that water bottle in front. I don't need it.
You got your hydro flask, right?
Yeah.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God! Going in! Going in to get my daughter. That's well, what am I waiting for? See you later. I'm in the room and I'm waiting patiently for my wife to get here, but you wanna know a cool fact about this room? That my first daughter was born in this room, so it's crazy. And then our second daughter was over, so it's nice to have it all in one place. It's very nice. It's a lot of memories and history, so it's really cool. So Brooklyn, this is where you were born. So now we wait until my wife gets here.
I love you too. Call me in a little bit, okay? Yeah, they're happy I'm gonna read them a story.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I love you too. Oh, we are. We're just waiting. I'm so excited. It is now going on like 7:30, I think. 7:30, yeah. And my water is officially broken. The doctor came in and broke my water because my contractions had slowed down after my epidural, which she said is common because when your body relaxes, sometimes they get spaced out. So they're back to 5 minutes apart. So she came in and broke my water. That was interesting. All I could feel was like warm stuff. And then right now, the doctor or the nurse just came in and put a peanut.
Yeah, it's not in there.
Really? Why did we take them out? I put them back in there.
Like recently?
Yeah, today. I'm getting a contraction right now. I can definitely feel like the pain. Not the pain, but like the pressure. So anyways, I have this peanut in between my leg because we're trying to get her to come down so we don't have to have any Pitocin. And last time I got checked, I was 5 centimeters, which was like an hour ago. So we're gonna get checked in probably about another half hour. And then that's when she'll determine if I need some Pitocin or not to get things going, so. Really?
Do you think you might put in yours?
I don't know. I thought they were right on top. All is good. We feel good. We're very, very excited. We can't believe like we're gonna meet her anytime. Oh, they were? Okay. The kids are at home with my mom. They're very excited. They keep FaceTiming me every 5 minutes, but they'll be going to bed soon. I told them I'd read them a story over FaceTime before bed. But we're gonna go ahead and play some cards and hopefully get the show on the road soon. It is now 9:26 and I am sitting straight up in the bed. I'm having a lot of pressure down there. My epidural's still working good, but pressure is just her on my cervix. I'm 8 centimeters now, so we should be able to push, I'm hoping, maybe in another half hour. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Tyler's nervous, he's pacing the room. He's got his gloves ready to
Look guys, these are my official delivering gloves right here.
To deliver.
All packaged up. I got my scrubs on, ready to go.
He put his PJ pants on. He's ready. He's excited to do skin to skin, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So she should be here soon. We're just kind of waiting on like if I dilate more or if I feel the urge to push. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Just pacing.
He is pacing too. He is pacing. And there he goes again.
Thinking about my method.
Your
How I'm gonna
method?
do this.